Hey everyone, in this video we are going to list all the different saved properties that the user has saved. Okay, so in the last video we had implemented the feature where the user can save a property by clicking on this heart icon. Okay, so we are just going to now create a page like called saved properties, and there we are going to list all the saved properties. Okay, so let's get started with this video. So first of all, we just need to create a page for saved properties, and also we need to add a drop down item within our logged in users icon over here. So we have already have logout. Also we need to have something called as saved properties. Okay, so when you click on that saved properties, it should take us to a page called saved properties, and there it has to list all the saved properties that we have saved. Okay, so let us create a drop down item for this saved properties. So the drop down is currently present in the header component. So let us go over there, and we have created an array, if you remember that, of these items. Okay, and these items we are passing it to this and design drop down, okay, that we actually imported, and then pass in the items array, and then we want to trigger that by click. Okay, so if you haven't watched that, you can just watch that video, and then we can now go ahead and create another entry within our array for saved properties. Okay, so I'll just duplicate this, and I just press the wrong key. So by duplicating this, and let's call this key as saved properties, and the label saved properties like so, and this need not have to be a flag of danger, and when we click on this, it should navigate us to the saved properties page. Okay, so we need to import the router from Next navigation. So use router. Okay, so let's initialize that const router. All right, so once that's done, we can now do router dot push, and then pass in the route name, that is saved properties. Okay, all right, so with that done, we can just check it out if it is actually working. So back to the application. So now if I click on the icon, so we have another entry for saved properties. So if I click on that, it should take us to /saved properties, which the page isn't existing yet. Okay, so let us now go ahead and create this page. So within the app directory, let's create a route for saved properties. So make sure the spelling is the same, and inside this, let's create a page.tsx. all right, so let's create a component, and let's rename this to saved properties. All right, so I can just copy this and just see if the page is actually being rendered by this name saved properties. Okay, so there we go. So now let's go ahead and replace this contents and create our saved properties component. So in the last video, we had created the save property component, right, where we fetch the user and store all the saved properties within this state. So we also need the same for this particular page. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is just copy this piece of code from our save property and then paste it within our save properties page. Okay, so I'll just copy these and then go to our page and then replace this return statement with that right above the return statement and paste in over there. Okay, so let us import all of these things. So the use session, that is coming from next./react, and the use message to display our flash messages, and make sure that is coming from your context and not directly from Andy. And then we need to import the state as well, and also the type for that. Okay, with that is property with images. So once that's done, also let's import the use effect and the server action to get a user. All right, so all of this are now saved within this array called saved properties. Okay, so if we right now console log and see what are the saved properties, we should be seeing an array of properties that the particular logged in user has actually saved. Okay, so let us console log that. So save properties, and now if we just go back to our page and open our console. Okay, so by the way, we need to mark this as use client, since this is going to be rendered only on the client side. All right, so now if we just go back and open our console, so we should be seeing the array of properties. Okay, so there we go. So you see that currently I have just saved one property. Okay, so over here you see that this is the property, and for some reason there's some lately loading image. Okay, so we have just saved just one property. So if I just save another property, I should be able to see two properties within the array. Okay, so at the bottom you see that now we have two entries within our saved properties. So these are the two properties, okay, along with their each and every information about that property. Okay, so now using this information, we are going to reuse that property cards to display all the saved properties in this page. Okay, so nothing much new. So if you would like to do this on your own, you can just go ahead. So I'll now just go ahead and import the property cards, okay, and then pass in the saved properties as the properties, okay, for that props as a props, right? So now let us give this div a class name of container. Alright, so just to give some space on the left and the right, and inside this I'm going to give the heading of saved properties with a class name of dot heading, and let's call the saved properties. Alright, so inside that we are now going to render our property cards component. Okay, so this is the component, and this component expects few props like the properties and the layout. Okay, remember the layout we have is the horizontal or the vertical. Okay, so the horizontal layout we are using for the properties page, and the vertical is on the home page, okay, where we are listing our featured properties. So let us pass in these two props, and for the save properties we are going to use a vertical layout just like we saw in the home page. Okay, so let us use the property cards component. Alright, so that once that's auto imported, we need to pass in the props of properties. Okay, so what exactly is that, I'm not sure. So properties and layout, and let us pass in the properties as saved properties, and then the layout. Okay, so saved properties, and that is horizontal. Alright, so let's close this up, and now we can just go back and just see if we are getting all of our saved properties. Sorry, the layout should be horizontal, vertical, so let's change that to vertical. And now if we just go back, we should be able to see all the saved properties. Okay, and yeah, that's it, I guess, for this video. Yeah, short yet informative video. Okay, so this is a very simple thing which almost everything was built. Only thing is we had to create this page and then list all of our saved properties, okay, by making a query to our database and get the properties. Okay, and also if you want to unsave this property, you can just click on this hard button again, so the property will be unsaved. So once if you just refresh, that property will be no longer saved. Okay, so yeah, that's it, I guess. So I hope you like this video. And one last thing I almost forgot before ending this video is that we need to protect this page. Okay, so saved properties, and we need to restrict this only to the logged in users. Okay, so no unlogged in user should be able to access this, otherwise it will just throw an error. Okay, so remember in one of those videos we created the next middleware, okay, which will actually protect routes. Okay, before even the user request for this page, it will just redirect the user back saying that please log in to save properties. So let us go ahead and fix that. So back to our middleware.ts file. So these are the protected routes. Okay, that is slash protected properties slash add, and also we can add in another entry over here, that is to slash saved properties. Okay, so once that's done, we now try to test this out. So now let me just try to log out, and I should not be able to see the page again. Okay, so it gives us a message saying that please sign in to access this page. Okay, so that's working good, and yeah, that's it for this video, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.